All right, guys, finished up the inspection here. We're going to walk you through these pictures. As we go through the pictures, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. And if you see anything in the pictures that you want to go see firsthand for yourself, let me know. We can always pause this, go look at it, and then come back to the video.
Sure.
Don't save any questions till the end. People usually forget by the time we get to the end of this. Got about 151 pictures, I believe, to go through. So please feel free to interrupt as we go through here.
Okay.
First thing we do is a cover shot of the front of the house. There that is. First thing I noticed was some cracking out there in the driveways. Get those sealed up. Then make a pre-mixed mortar mix. Pretty easy to use to seal those cracks up. You want to seal them up to keep the water out. Water gets down in there, that freezes and expands during the winter months and keeps pushing on it, making it worse and worse.
Okay.
More cracking. I didn't get a picture of every single crack, but you get an idea of what we're looking at.
Mm-hmm.
Vegetation there's up against the house. Like I see, at least an 18-inch clearance between any kind of vegetation and the siding. That's going to hold moisture against the house. Lets bugs in easier. People can hide behind it. Several reasons they're there to trim that back. Again, some more cracking, a little bit of settlement there in the sidewalk. There by the steps. They've patched it up once before, but it still has a little bit of a gap there. But that's got all that patched up a little bit better. And then on the railing there, one of the metal pieces there popped loose. But let's get that spot welded back on. The cap out there in your front flower bed is your service cap for your plumbing. If you get a clog between the house and the street, you can pull that white cap off, run a plumbing snake in there to clean out any kind of clogs. Nice feature to have.
Okay.
Vegetation once again up against the house. Let's get it all trimmed back. And we got a little hairline crack there in the foundation. I think this is actually a block foundation, and what they do is they take a thin layer of concrete and do what they call a scratch coat over top of the blocks, basically for cosmetic reasons to make it look good.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this right here is just a crack in the scratch coat.
Okay.
Around the windows, could use a little bit of silicone, getting some slight gaps. This is the front right window. And above that window, a little bit of settlement evidence there. You see a little stair step crack coming up.
Mm-hmm.
That same pre-mixed mortar mix. Let's get it sealed up, keep the water out of it. This age of a house, I expect to see some settlement cracking. So pretty common, and it always happens around the corner of the windows. That's where the stress point is. Cover shot of the left side of the house. Electrical meter base there looked good. And the panel box I just couldn't get into. They got a padlock on it.
Gotcha.
Again, scratch coat's got a little crack in it there. These cracks here at the top as well. Let's get all that sealed up, keep the water from getting down in there. Again, another little hairline crack there in the scratch coat. I'd like to see this extension going out a little bit further. I think a lot of this water is coming back around to the concrete, and that's probably the reason why this is all cracked up. The further you get that water out and away from the concrete in the home, the better off you're going to be.
Gotcha.
Some more cracking. Cover shot of the rear. AC unit. It is a Goodman. I did not see a date on it. Goodman never tends to label their stuff with a date. I don't know why. Overall, though, nice looking unit. Seems to be cooling the house just fine. We are missing some of the insulation on the refrigerant line. You shouldn't have any bare line out there. The colder you can keep this big line during the summer months, the more efficient that unit's going to be. The more efficient you make it, the less it's going to run. So it's going to prolong the life of that unit and saving your energy cost. A little $10 piece of foam insulation really goes a long way. If you're going to do it on your own, if you're going to change it out by yourself, keep in mind you've got a thermostat wire right here. It's kind of like a foam wire. Make sure you don't cut that.
Gotcha.
And then the white pipe there is your condensate line. So anytime the AC is running, this pipe here is dripping with water. Again, we don't want water up against the foundation. Let's try to extend that out in a way. I like to see it extended at least out to the outside edge of the AC unit. Not far enough where we have to mow around it, but far enough to get the moisture out. Hose bib checked out good. Some of the crawl space vents were a little bit loose. Let's get those mortared in. When you go around and seal up the rest of the cracks, put a little bead of mortar across that and shove it in. That should kind of help glue it in. Okay. Where the back porch is, got some gaps here, some silicone or something. Let's get that sealed up. Okay. Got some mildew, some moss there on the siding. Let's get that pressure washed. And then, of course, the broken window back there needs to be fixed. Extensions on the downspouts, just like the other one. I see a pipe on here go about 6 feet out. And then somebody's got into it with the weed eater. This damage here, I'm not too concerned about. If the water does go in, it tends to come right back out. If this damage was up high, I'd be hooting and hollering about it. Down low like this, if you want to replace it, you can. Chances are, if you replace it, you're probably going to hit it with weed eater.
Right.
So, do what you want to with that.
Yeah.
Some more little shrinkage cracks, hairline cracks in the scratch coat. Not a structural concern, just needs to be sealed up. Extensions on the downspouts once again, especially on this one here. All this right here is negative grading. It's all sloped back toward the foundation. I'd almost bring in some dirt, try to fill this in and get a nice slope going away from the house. That whole corner here is kind of a low-lying area.
Okay.
I see the potential for water to stand there, and the water coming out of this downspout, I think it's hooking around and staying right here. That's probably why we got damage to the scratch coat there. That moisture soaking up to the concrete.
So I think maybe just lift this up a bit and have the water
Yep.
flow out.
I'd get this patched up first, and then throw some dirt there, plant some grass seed, and get a pipe on that and pipe that out in a way.
Okay.
Again, some more damage there to the scratch coat. Again, that's right there in that same corner with the low-lying area. This is a little bit of settlement evidence right there beside to the right-hand side of the chimney. See a little crack going across there. That same premix mortar mix, let's get it sealed up. My bigger concern there is I think that chimney's starting to move a little bit. Here you can see some stains running down. I think that gutter there has got clogged up before and overflowed. It's all cleaned out today. It all looks to be functional today, but something to keep an eye on. We got a loose piece of vinyl or aluminum siding up there at the top. Let's get that popped back into place.
Gotcha.
Gas meter all checked out good. Your main gas valve is to the left-hand side, and it's this valve right here. If you put a wrench or a pair of pliers on that and twist it like you're tightening it, this hole will come up and around and line up with the other hole. When the two holes are lined up, you're in the off position, just so you know.
Okay.
The way to remember that is if you don't pay your bill, they're going to shut you off and put a lock on it. The holes up there lined up for the lock.
Yeah.
Again, a low-lying area. Got a downspout right there, low-lying area right here. I can see that water is kind of sitting there. So let's get that piped out, maybe a little backfill put in there. Don't go past your shutoff valve, you know.
Gotcha.
And an extension on the downspouts. That's that caulking. They've caulked it up once before, but you can see the gap. So that chimney's starting to pull away. Now I don't know how long it's been since it's moved last time. I don't know the history there, and that's why I'm going to recommend further evaluation. I don't know if it's still currently moving or if it's already moved and not going to move anymore. So
any idea how much that would cost?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Usually a service fee is around $100, $125 to come out and have a quote done, that type of thing.
Gotcha. So do you think there's a possibility for that to completely come off to the point where it could?
I mean, nothing is beyond the realms of possibility.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to do anything quickly. I think it's going to be a very slow process. I think it's taken, since, what did you say, was the 60s?
Yeah, I could be wrong about that. But
I agree. It's 60s, 70s built. It's taken that long for it to move this much.
Right.
So
better to take care of it as soon as possible.
Yeah. Yeah. The big thing, another thing you can do, if you're not going to have it looked at least get this crack sealed up with some of that mortar mix. That mortar mix dries like concrete. So if it moves again, you'll see the crack and you'll be able to judge how much it's moved since you patched it last. Then you get some kind of time frame and how much it's moving at what pace.
So that mortar mix, I assume I can get that Lowe's, Home Depot.
Lowe's, Home Depot, any hardware store.
What is it called exactly?
Pre-mixed mortar mix.
Pre-mixed mortar mix, okay.
If you go in there and tell them you have cracks in concrete and you need to get sealed up, they'll point you in the right direction.
Gotcha.
Comes in, the old-fashioned wood glue bottles.
Yeah.
The squeezable bottles. It comes in a bottle like that. It also comes in a caulk tube.
Okay. So you just caulk it on, I guess, scrape off what you don't.
Clean this the best you can. Put a bead of that caulk or that mortar mix along the crack there. Work it in there as deep as you can get it. The deeper you can get it, the longer it's going to last.
Gotcha.
And then just wipe it off smooth with your fingers there. You can use gloves or whatever.
Right.
Basically, it's a pre-mixed concrete is what it is.
Cool. Okay.
Where concrete has bigger rocks, the mortar mix is more like a sand mixture. It's finer, so it's good for patching cracks. On the back of the porch there, we got a damaged spot. I think a rock from a lawnmower has been thrown. So the proper fix for that is to replace that piece of vinyl. The redneck fix is clear silicone. So however you want to handle it, man. I got a redneck fix for every proper fix.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Crawl space access, man, let's get that painted. Prolong the life of it, keep it from getting any kind of moisture damage. A lot of debris all across that crawl space. It'd be nice to get all that debris pulled out. Get all the bricks out, get all the wood out and trash, especially the trash and the wood that's just attracting bugs and termites and spiders and everything else.
Right.
So get all that cleaned out and also get a nice layer of plastic on the ground. It helps hold down that musty smell, helps hold down moisture. I think there was some plastic in there, but not a complete coverage by any means. So nice to get it all cleaned up and plastic down. And it also makes it easier to get in there and work on things. It makes it a little nicer and cleaner.
Yeah.
Got some added supports. They put a 4x4 post in. It's right around this area here. I'd say they had a squeaky or uneven floor. That's probably why they put that in there. So I'm going to recommend monitoring on that, something to keep an eye on, be aware of. But overall, it didn't look like it had any issues. Again, just showing the debris, the wood, it's just attracting bugs.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Honestly, wouldn't want
I don't know why they put that much stuff in there. I mean, I'm sure it was over time and whatnot. But yeah, definitely needs to be cleaned out, though. Doorbell when I came in didn't work. I mean, let's get that either removed or repaired, one of the two. That way people ain't out there pushing the button for no reason. Digital thermostat there, all look to be in good shape. Heading downstairs. Any questions so far with the outside?
No.
Good. Basement there in general, lighting and electrical checked out good. The fireplace there looked to be in decent shape. I never can see all the way up the flue pipe. I always recommend a chimney sweep come out and service and clean before you're using it.
Okay.
Furnace. It is a ream. I did not see a date on this, but it appeared to be fairly newer. The only issue I really had here was the gas line. This yellow gas line is what we call CSST. It's corrugated stainless steel tubing. It requires a ground. The ground should be on the black steel pipe before we get to the flex. And that ground wire will protect this thin walled pipe from lightning strikes.
Okay.
And then inside the unit there, all look to be in good shape, nice and clean, fired right up for me, natural gas. Got some rusting in the bottom. I think at some point in time they had a leak. Maybe the condensate line got clogged up or something. Nothing wet today. It all looked to be in good shape today. But I'm going to notate the rusting there and recommend monitoring on that. I say probably, that looks like a newer hose clamp here. Probably a hose came loose or something and caused a little bit of leakage. And then we got that little spot of mold there on that wall there beside that furnace. Nice to get that cleaned up or removed. Water heater is a Rude or a Rudd, depends on what side of the river you come from. I've been told it's rude to say Rudd. I'm not quite sure. 40-gallon unit, natural gas, no actual date on the sticker, but it's written on there 1999, and I believe that. We do have signs of leakage there, so I'm going to recommend further evaluation, potential replacement of that unit. It's definitely an older unit. It's got signs of leakage already. If you're not going to replace it now, start budgeting because it's coming in the near future.
Yeah.
Connections at the top, though, all look to be in good shape. Coming into the basement bathroom. Closet there looked to be in good shape. The sink, faucet, drain stopper, plumbing underneath all look good. I don't care much for the slinky style plumbing pipes. They tend to catch hair and clog up easier than a smooth wall pipe. My theory is if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I'd wait until you have issues out of it. But you've ended up with hair clogs and stuff in the sink. This may be the reason why.
Gotcha.
Commode there flushed just fine, secured to the floor, no signs of leakage. From there, coming into the laundry area. Door there, rubbed the jam, wouldn't shut all the way. But nice to get that adjusted. That's probably a little bit of settlement and stuff in the house over the years. Washing machine connections there all look to be good. Dryer connections all good. Nice smooth wall pipe going out. Got some peeling paint on the ductwork. I put it in there as like a cosmetic thing, basically. It'd be nice to get all that scraped off there and repaint it, or just scraped off and left bare, one of the two. And then stepping out to the sunroom area. The latch there on that main door on the back side was backwards. You have to turn the handle to get it to shut, but then you just push on it to open it. So I might want to get that turned around. It's a good idea to change your locks when you get moved in regardless. When you go to install the new handle, make sure you get your latch in there properly.
Gotcha.
Heading upstairs, missing a handrail. We nice to have a handrail for safety. Are you doing conventional loan, FHA, USDA?
Conventional loan.
Cool. The government assisted loans, FHA and stuff, they require handrails. That's my
Okay.
ask. Conventional loan, they tend not to pay attention to it. Start with the rear center bedroom cover shop. Lighting and electrical checked out good. Keep in mind there's probably some outlets I can't get to, but the ones I could get to checked out. The latch was backwards once again. Let's get it turned around. Closet there looked to be in good shape. And from there we step into the rear right bedroom. Cover shot, lighting, electrical, fan, windows, all checked out good. The door, the mirror thing was rubbing, so I couldn't shut it all the way. And the latch was backwards once again. Some people do that on purpose for kids and stuff so they can't lock themselves in the bedroom or something.
Okay.
But I don't understand why the exterior door is that way.
Yeah.
So. Closet there looked to be in good shape. The bar there has got a pretty good bow to it. It will not be in my report. We don't necessarily notate, warped shelving in the closet. So I just want to point out to you that you may need to replace that bar at some point in time.
Gotcha.
Looking at the roof over top of the porch there, we do have some patching out there. We're not to get any kind of documentation they may have on it. Overall, though, it looked to be in good shape. I didn't see anything actively leaking. And then the door stop in that room was damaged. Might want to get that resecured. Coming into the front right bedroom. Cover shot there. Lighting, electrical, windows checked out good, but the fan was locked up. Couldn't get it to come on. The latch is stuck in. It wouldn't pop out for me, so we need to replace that door handle. Closet there looked good. The attic access is in that closet. I just couldn't get to it with the shelving, the clothing, and the storage. And that fan, not only would it not come on, when I pulled the chain, just sit there and hummed. I reached up to spin the blades, and they were rubbing. They were real stiff. Something's wrong with that fan.
Gotcha.
Moving into the upper bathroom. The door there was non-matching. The striker plate there needs to be adjusted. Got some grout on the tile floor there. It's cracked up. I think that floor's a little uneven and got a little bit of a soft spot there. So even if you was to re-grout this, I think it's going to crack again until you pull the tile up and do something with the floor. Get it re-secured down, maybe a new sheet of plywood or something to make it more stable. I think you're going to continue to have a problem with the grout cracking. The sink faucet drain stopper plumbing underneath look good. Again, flexible drain line, functional. I just don't care much for them. Commode flush just fine, but extremely loose at the floor. So definitely get that tightened down, otherwise you end up with leakage around that wax ring in between the toilet and the floor.
Right. I think probably need a bigger wax ring. I would say.
Yeah. Me personally, anytime I have a loose toilet gut in my personal house, I go ahead and pull the toilet, replace the wax ring with an extra thick one, and then tighten it down. Because even though you tighten it down, get it tight, it's already been wallered. It's going to probably leak a little bit.
Right.
I didn't see no signs of leakage here today, but from there, stepping to the shower, it kicked right on for me. Seemed working just fine. Just showing the hallway area. A little bit of a squeaky, uneven floor up there in the hallway. It's a second floor, it's an older house. You're going to have that. Coming into the living space. Showing the foyer. Closet there looked good. Attic access is in that closet. And again, I can't get to it with the personal storage and the shelving. And the handle in that closet door was a little bit loose. Let's get it tightened down. Couldn't get to all the outlets with the furniture and personal storage. Coming into the kitchen and dining room. Cover shots there. Lighting, windows all checked out good. Loose outlet there. Let's get that tightened down a little bit. The faucet was good, but the sprayer, when it hit the button, it was vibrating and spitting and sputtering. And it just wasn't working right. I'm not sure exactly what causes that. Worst case scenario, change out your faucet and sprayer. It looks like a newer faucet and sprayer, though. I think there's something. I don't know if the line's getting kinked. I'm not sure what causes that. Plumbing underneath, though, all look to be in good shape. Maybe some signs of previous leakage, but nothing wet today. Dishwasher unable to test. It's loaded with dishes. Looks like a nice enough unit, though. Refrigerator is good and cold. Got ice in the ice maker. Seems to be working just fine. The microwave operation, vent and light was all good. All 4 burners in the oven fired right up for me there on the stove. We have some cosmetic defects there in the ceiling. Some loose drywall tape there above the cabinet. Getting onto the roof. That is a 3-tab shingle. That's a 15 to 20 year life expectancy on that. And I'm guessing that roof is around 5 years old.
Okay, so that's decently new.
Yeah. As long as they have at least 5 years of life left in them, I'm pretty happy. And I think you got over that.
Nice. Okay, that's good.
Cover shots in general, all the flashing, roof vents, plumbing vents all look good. Flashing around the chimney looked to be in good shape. The gutters all look good. I was happy with it. They've had some cracks up there. They've already got it sealed up. Nice rain cap on top. I was happy with it.
Nice.
That roof may be a little newer than 5 years. I'm going to put in my report 5 to 8.
Nice. Okay.
Those are your pictures.
Awesome.
Other than the limitations of the attic, overall, I think it's a nice enough place. Majority of what I found here is typical things I expected to find.
Okay.
Any questions on any of this?
Is there anything that you'd be worried about, like that you'd want to absolutely get checked out or fixed? Or I'm not super handy, if I'm gonna be honest with you. I can change. I've changed out a toilet before, but
yeah. I'm a terrible person to ask that question because I am handy. I'm a jack of all trades. Mm-hmm. If I had to put anything on here, I would, not even that it's really that difficult. It's just a pain in the butt, and that'd be clearing out the crawl space.
Yeah.
Maybe getting some plastic put down. Especially if the seller's the one that put all that stuff in there. I'd definitely like to see them do it, Beyond that, getting your gas line grounded. It's hard to argue with history. I'm sure it's been like that for years and never had an issue, but it'd be nice to get that grounded. Overall, though, that little bit of mold on the wall, getting that cleaned up, that's a small issue as well. My biggest concerns here is my limitations. The panel box I can't get into and the attic accesses. I don't anticipate finding issues there, but you never know.
It wouldn't hurt to check.
With the age of the house, you're right there at that line where they quit using aluminum, but there may be a chance for aluminum wiring. I don't anticipate that, but it might be. Mm-hmm. But no, overall, I think it's a nice house. So, to wrap up.
Go ahead. Do people, this might be a silly question, can you hire somebody to get rid of all that crap in the crawl space? Yeah, okay.
Absolutely. There's one company I know, the crawl space doctors. When they get done, it's usually nice enough to have dinner underneath the house.
Really?
They do a really nice job. Maybe not the cheapest company out there, but definitely true professionals.
Good.
You could hire a neighborhood kid to do it. You can hire a general contractor.
Sure, yeah.
With enough money, you can pretty well talk anybody into doing it.
That's true. Okay.
So, but yeah, not that too difficult of a job. It's just going to be dirty and it ain't going to be no fun.
Yeah, I just looking at the picture, and I actually took a look inside, and it's not something I'm interested in doing myself personally. But
so to wrap up the video, after you view the video and the written report, if you have any questions, by all means, give me a call. My name is Will with Certainty Home Inspections. Number there is toll free 866-417-9591. And thanks so much for choosing Certainty Home Inspections.